Yeah. Nigga, let me go ahead and murder this shit. Voice going and shit. I think it's gonna make it sound a little ill. Just a little iller. Yeah. Vietnam, nigga. Yeah. Carolina blue kicks, pedal to the metal. Feeling like a puppet and the devil is Geppetto. Letter to the ghetto. Hold your head high, you can pick apart my raps. I ain't told you now lie. My word a little darker like a fucking tan line. Go and look for a better nigga, girl, you can't find. Fine young man with an old man mind. No time for the chick who fucked the whole mankind. Oh no ma'am, I'm an old landmine. I've been waiting to blow up for a long damn time. Now I'm on and I'm Vietnam's finest, Carolina savior, marijuana blazing. Only on occasion can my mind be racing. Lost in my thoughts so my eyes be Asian.
The following contest is a ladder match and will be contested for the Smackdown Live Women's Championship. And the stage is set for our SmackDown Live Women's Championship ladder match here. AJ Lee picking up a huge victory at the Summerslam pre-show over the WWE Hall of Famer and Lita, and the reigning champion, the Empress Asuka, being undefeated in her reign for over 210 days now. An impressive Women's Championship reign. Only one to rival her reign is Ember Moon over on Monday Night Raw, currently at a 203-day title reign, as both two trailing each other very closely, battling for supremacy. If both can hold on to those championships until Survivor Series, we will see who the superior champion is between Asuka and Ember Moon, as Asuka now with the grounded kicks on AJ Lee, and she's fired up here tonight. However, Asuka has quite a tough challenge ahead of her as the Black Widow, looking to take the championship that Asuka holds so dearly. And I believe if anyone is able to take that championship from her, it's not only AJ Lee, but it's going to be done in a ladder match because nobody has been able to pin or submit Asuka for as long as she's had that championship. Coming up short at the beginning of Universe mode. Now she's looking for that to wrench back on that Achilles lock, looking for that rolling knee bar, but she can't get a submission victory here, as this is a ladder match, but potentially damaging the legs, hindering AJ Lee from climbing the ladder and retrieving the championship. Asuka having a tough time at the beginning of Universe mode, coming up short to Charlotte Flair and losing that Smackdown Live championship match. The first championship match we saw here in Universe. Now AJ Lee popping up for a Hurricane Rana, but she's dropped quickly by Asuka with a huge powerbomb, drilling her into the canvas, and now ducking behind with that waistlock control for the German suplex, as no ladders have been introduced in this contest as of yet. But Asuka completely content with just wearing away at AJ Lee and ensuring that she can't climb that ladder, even if she wanted to, due to the damage she has inflicted so far in this match. Attacking now with a hip attack, as Asuka, the Empress, taunting over in the corner. Prone AJ Lee in the middle of the ring, looking to climb her way back to her feet, crawling towards the ropes but not able to do so, as Asuka now lifting her back up into position. She's going to gain advantage by draping her over those ropes, as now Asuka going to send the Black Widow crashing to the outside of the ring. And if Asuka could grab a ladder here and climb the ladder, I believe she'll have it won, but electing to now go off the ropes, and now a suicide senton to the outside. That tope suicida through the ropes, as Asuka, innovative inside the ring as always, doing whatever it takes to retain her SmackDown Live championship. And Asuka, House of Fire here tonight, taunting in front of our commentary table, showing everybody what Asuka is capable of, and now electing to use those chairs we have here at ringside, crashing it down on AJ Lee, but AJ Lee able to evade that attack and roll out of the way, but that strike not able to evade from AJ Lee, as Asuka crashing that chair right into the face of AJ Lee as she looked to get a running start towards her. And Asuka with the clear advantage here in this matchup, still fresh, as AJ Lee unable to get anything going for her here, dropping AJ Lee across the commentary table now. And Asuka gonna grab that second chair from ringside over here and use it as a weapon on AJ Lee. However, no, she's gonna get back to the inside. All weapons are legal in this match, but what AJ Lee and Asuka are really looking for here is a ladder to climb the rungs to success, as now Asuka connecting with a dropkick as AJ Lee looked to get back into this fight as she re-entered the ring. Asuka taking her down and now going to target the arm for the Asuka lock. Of course, the Asuka lock not going to be used to get a concession here tonight. However, will wear down AJ Lee and make it difficult to climb that ladder. Asuka now asking AJ Lee what she's got, as yet in this contest AJ Lee unable to get anything going. Now going to be hit with a German suplex on Asuka, and the champion looking dominant here in her defense, as Asuka now going to taunt over in the corner, knowing that she has a surefire advantage here in this contest over AJ Lee. And the Black Widow, no slouch, of course, picking up a huge victory over Lita back at SummerSlam in what some would consider a dream match, earning herself this championship opportunity here tonight. Now Asuka kicking her right back down as AJ Lee looked to get back into this one. Asuka now attacking with a hip attack, rebounding off of the ropes here. And another hip attack to AJ Lee, dropping her on the canvas. Now Asuka back out at a ringside area, just taunting the fans once again. And she's looking to strip the announce table now of all its accessories, taking off all those monitors and the sleeve. Now looking for that looping palm strike, however, she came up short. AJ Lee now with a window of opening here in this contest, looking to get back into it, sending Asuka crashing into that apron. But Asuka now fighting her way back up to her feet here, as AJ Lee is going to be lifted up. And Asuka dropping her right across that TV monitor. The crucifix pose from AJ Lee. By God, the back of AJ Lee has to be in agonizing pain, as Asuka dropped her with a body slam right across that TV monitor here at the ringside area. That is just brutal from the champion Asuka, looking to do whatever it takes to retain her championship here. However, not even grabbing the ladder is going to meet AJ Lee on the outside. As AJ Lee now impressive with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors following that spot where she was dropped across that TV monitor. I can't believe AJ Lee was able to recover following that. Now connecting with a Hurricane Rana on Asuka as AJ Lee looks to get back into this contest here. Hitting a forearm, striking out, driving Asuka right into the apron. Now turning her over as AJ Lee now hooking the legs up and looking for that surfboard stretch face buster, driving Asuka right into that padded matting on the outside. Tough landing for Asuka, but not as tough as AJ Lee being dropped right across our TV monitor at ringside. That was brutal. Now AJ Lee going to be the one to go to town on the legs of Asuka, prohibiting her from climbing the ladder and the rungs to success to retain her championship here. Asuka now wrestling her down to the ground and hitting her with a huge elbow. As Asuka now sending AJ Lee crashing into the barricade, and is going to look to crash AJ Lee directly through that barricade as she does. A spear through the barricade from Asuka, sending AJ Lee into our ringside area, into the crowd almost. Asuka's got to be proud of her work here in this contest, having absolute dominance over AJ Lee here, as AJ Lee just crawling, looking for a way to get back into this contest, and AJ Lee now prone at ringside as Asuka looks to introduce the first ladder into this ladder match. Asuka lifting AJ Lee back up to her feet and sending her into the ringside area now. These two fighting in the crowd here as Asuka fighting AJ Lee back, sending her deeper and deeper into the crowd, keeping her far away from the ringside area. If either of these two women want to climb the ladder, they will have a great ability to do so from this vantage point. Whoever is prone at that ringside area now. AJ Lee being dropped with that Russian leg sweep. As Asuka now looking to utilize the accessories at ringside, such as that trash can now. And wait for AJ Lee to get back up to her feet. And if Asuka can level AJ Lee in this ringside area, then she will have a clear-cut path to victory if she could just climb the ladder when she gets back to ringside. Leaving AJ Lee to waste here at ringside, now connecting with that garbage can as AJ Lee falling back on that chair. AJ Lee in a tough spot here in this contest as the undefeated champion now asserting her dominance, reversing AJ Lee on that forearm strike opportunity, and Asuka now picking her up for a Michinoku driver, driving AJ Lee right onto the ground. The brutal Michinoku now going up on top of that equipment box, but electing not to. Potentially thinking of something different here as Asuka now sending her into the guardrail. He's going to look to drive AJ Lee's face right into that railing. And now ducking behind for a German suplex. AJ Lee in a tough situation as she is not really mounted quite the offense that she was looking for in this contest. If she wants to challenge for that championship, she's going to have to do a lot more to the Empress. However, the Black Widow now answering back with a single leg dropkick here at ringside. Asuka now ducking out of the way and catching her with a running dropkick as AJ Lee looked to get back into this contest. However, Asuka was not allowing her to do so. Grabbing her for that front chancery and now going to drag AJ Lee, sending her crashing into that barricade once again. Now driving the face into that barricade. We saw these two crash through the barricade at the ringside area. And that's how they got over in this situation. Asuka hitting that spinning back kick and now electing to go back to ringside. If she could just set up the ladder now inside the ring, I believe she will be able to retain her championship. AJ Lee still stirring at ringside. She's not even able to get up. However, Asuka sending that ladder to the inside, looking now underneath the ring for yet another ladder. She's positioning it on top of our announce table, connecting a bridge from the announce table over to the ring. Is Asuka with that huge ladder, now just asking AJ Lee to bring it. She will come over. Now sending AJ Lee crashing into that ladder. We'll look to lift her up onto the ladder bridge, but AJ Lee fighting out of it, knowing how devastating that situation would be if she gets put up on that ladder bridge. I believe that will be the end of this contest. Now a roundhouse kick from Asuka, taking out AJ Lee. And AJ Lee could have scouted that a second ago. Now being dropped with a DDT. Once again at ringside, Asuka sending AJ Lee back into that ladder bridge. However, AJ Lee fighting out of it once again, electing not to be put through that ladder bridge because she knows if that happens, she will be in a critical state in this matchup and potentially unable to answer back following that. Now a diving axe handle at ringside. AJ Lee crashing into those steel steps on the way down. And Asuka now, once again, looking to lift AJ Lee up, but a reversal from the Black Widow. She looks on the outside now. Asuka once again, now this time lifting her up onto that ladder bridge. Asuka has her in position, proned on that ladder bridge. Asuka's going to elect to go to the top rope here, and she's going to dive all the way to the outside. What's she looking for here? The splash all the way through the ladder bridge on the outside. Crashing through the ladder, and AJ Lee in the process with a huge splash from the Empress. The lengths that Asuka is willing to go through to retain her SmackDown Live Women's Championship are absolutely unmatched by any other champion here on SmackDown Live or in the WWE for that matter. AJ Lee now plastered across the ring, unable to get back up to her feet here as Asuka now scouting her for those kicks to the chest now and asking what she's got. Spinning back kick connecting with AJ Lee, sending her crashing over that ladder with that spinning heel kick. AJ Lee with a rough landing on that ladder and then sending her over almost like a mailbox style. Now AJ Lee proned on top of that ladder, and now Asuka just gonna devastating situation here for AJ Lee, I should say, as Asuka now looking to go to the top rope with AJ Lee guillotine, now dropping the knees across the chair as AJ Lee was proned on that ladder with the chair draped across her chest. Is gonna catch two more kicks to the gut, and now another spinning heel kick from Asuka, sending AJ Lee crashing onto that ladder once again. And so far in this contest, AJ Lee has had a really tough time dealing with the Empress, as now Asuka is going to look to climb the rungs of the ladder and reach up and recover her SmackDown Live Championship. If she is able to do so, she will continue her historic reign. But AJ Lee now somehow meeting her at the top of the ladder. AJ Lee looking to get back into this as Asuka now fighting with AJ Lee at the top, and AJ Lee being countered. A back and forth affair here at the top of the ladder. Doesn't matter what AJ Lee has been through in this contest so far. If she could grab the championship up there, she will win the match, but she is not able to do so as Asuka knocking the ladder over. AJ Lee now answering back with a European uppercut, and Asuka catching the leg of AJ Lee, catching a DDT for her troubles now as AJ Lee drives Asuka's head right into the canvas. The absolute brutality and precision on that DDT, drilling Asuka. And AJ Lee now realizing that the tides are beginning to turn in this contest, looking to get back into this matchup. Asuka now being caught with a forearm strike and a sunset flip powerbomb to follow it up. The code red from AJ Lee, dropping Asuka. And if AJ Lee could set up that ladder in position, she could climb the rungs and become the new SmackDown Live Women's champion. What an impressive feat that would be after everything she's been through in this contest, being put through the ladder bridge, all the damage she's taken on the outside. But Asuka now sending the ladder over and catching her for an electric chair drop as AJ Lee looked to capture the championship here. Asuka now missing with that roundhouse kick to the gut, now catching her with a running drop kick. And Asuka is fired up as AJ Lee now looking to get back up to her feet in that corner, but Asuka not going to allow her. Connecting now with the forearm strike, another one to follow it up. And now lifting her up for that huge power slam on AJ Lee. Asuka is fired up and looking to retain her championship here. If she could follow up after that comeback, sending AJ Lee crashing to the outside is Asuka. Now Asuka going to look to set up that ladder. She's going to climb the ladder now and retain her SmackDown Live Women's Championship. AJ Lee unresponsive at ringside. Asuka is going to take down the championship, and she does. Asuka retaining her SmackDown Live Women's Championship here at Unforgiven in an unbelievable contest. Two women giving it everything they've got here in this match, but Asuka just prevailing in this contest with all the brutality that she sent AJ Lee's way. And AJ Lee unable to answer the call. That spinning heel kick, of course, being dropped across our monitor here at ringside. That initial damage and aggression that Asuka showed right out of the gate was what allowed her to retain her championship here tonight. And an impressive effort from AJ Lee, but Asuka retaining the championship, and she is still your SmackDown Live Women's Champion.
Thinking how these rap niggas gotta be faking. Whole style obviously copied, pasted, plagiarized swag. May arrive last, but when it's all said and done, I'ma be ahead of them. Way that I describe, they prescribe a nigga medicine. Way that I be fly, I be hide in the Jettisons. Moving on up, nigga, hide in the Jeffersons. All about the Benjamins, bad chicks cinnamon. Basic hoes toss them out, can't even get Waffle House. Hating niggas chalk them out, go and get the coffin out. What you talking about, little man? My shit here burning, you not even Lil 10. I'm ill enough to kill cancer, baby, I'm chemo. Down in Miami and I'm throwed like Marino. Get a whole lot of you know, and she balled like an ego. No, not up top, but down there. She say she wanna hop on top, girl, I don't care. You better get yours before I reach mine, cause then I'm throwing peace signs. If you a freak, I can take you to your peak, girl, I do it to the maximum. Nissan. And I hope you a believer. I'm quarterbacking, trying to get you open like receivers.
The following contest is being contested for the SmackDown Live World Championship.
The man of the hour, the king of the ring, intelligence and power, the best versus the greatest. He'll make you famous. One spirit bomb and your whole life changes. Bask in my glory, you all know the story. Started on the football field, but wanted more. See, the full contact made me react. Throw anyone and everyone, and that's a known fact. From the top rope, I reign supreme. I'm worse than any nightmare, exorcism, or wet dream. Respect to those who try to step in the ring, but when the bell sounds, catch a beat down like Rodney King.
There's some soldiers in here and some warriors too.
Introducing first, in the corner to my right, he weighed in tonight at 332 pounds from Wichita Falls, Texas. He is limitless, Keith Lee. And in the corner to my left, he hails from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, weighing in at tonight at 218 pounds. He is the SmackDown Live World Champion, Aleister Black. And Aleister Black set to defend his SmackDown Live World Championship here in not quite the main event. However, we will see later tonight who will meet the winner of this contest, likely in the next pay-per-view for SmackDown Live, being Hell in a Cell, when Finn Balor takes on Adrian Neville. But that is for a later time, as we see now Aleister Black and the Limitless One, Keith Lee, looking to go to action. Now Keith Lee starting off hot with a snap headbutt to the face of Aleister Black, and now going to gut wrench him up and sending him crashing onto the mat. As we saw in our last contest, the champion having the advantage the entire time, but this matchup starting off not so much. Keith Lee now with a combination of elbows dazing Aleister Black. Aleister Black now reversing with a huge neck breaker, wrapping Keith Lee up and twisting him around, dropping him with that neck breaker. In the long run, Aleister Black now sending Keith Lee onto the ropes and going to lift him up and guillotine him over those ropes. Now Aleister Black connecting with those knees to the temple of Keith Lee, sending the Limitless One to the outside. And these two have so much animosity between the two, as in recent weeks, since Keith Lee discovering he was the contender, now going for a apron meteor, onto the outside, dropping it onto Keith Lee with those knees, since Keith Lee discovering that he was the #1 contender after beating Jeff Cobb at SummerSlam. Aleister Black now connecting with a springboard knee onto the inside. He has gone after Aleister Black. Aleister Black now connecting with a springboard moonsault of his own. This contest is going so quick, it's tough to get my thoughts across. As now Aleister Black connecting with a corner dropkick on Keith Lee. I'm looking to get back up into this matchup following the early offense shown by Keith Lee. Scouting Keith Lee now from Brett's rope, connecting with that second rope knee strike, diving onto Keith Lee. As now Aleister Black lifting him back up into position, but being reversed now by the Limitless One. As Keith Lee now picking Aleister Black back up into position, snap-marrying him down, and now looking for the rear chin lock. This is a good time to remind you, Aleister Black, the longest reigning SmackDown World Champion here in Universe mode, holding that championship since WrestleMania when he defeated Adrian Neville, a man we will see in our main event. Now those step kicks from Aleister Black sending Keith Lee down. The reversal on that Ace Crusher opportunity, as now Keith Lee going to look to lift Aleister Black up into that powerbomb position. Now dropping him over into the fireman's carry, but Aleister Black able to fight out of this. Looking to get out of that. Now hitting him with an arm wrench heel kick to the face of Keith Lee. And Aleister Black going to look for that tope atomico, springboarding off the ropes with that senton. Now a kick to the leg of Keith Lee, looking to wear down those tree trunk-like legs of Keith Lee, and now just fighting him back onto the ropes. As Aleister Black now going to drop him once again, hanging him up from the ropes, now swinging him with a huge swinging neck breaker. As Keith Lee was suspended off the ropes, Aleister Black now going to look to go to the top rope and dive down now with a diving double stomp onto Keith Lee, driving those feet into the chest. Now looking for the quick cover here on the Limitless One. If he could get the cover, he will retain his SmackDown Live Championship, but Keith Lee getting the shoulder up. And Aleister Black cherishing that championship so much, retaining it over Finn Balor, a former SmackDown Live World Champion at SummerSlam. Now Keith Lee here with a reversal. Needed the gut of Aleister Black and a belly-to-belly suplex to follow it up. Aleister Black holding that championship for 154 days. The longest reign we have seen here in Universe mode. As I said earlier, defeating Adrian Neville at WrestleMania, following his victory at the Royal Rumble, winning the Royal Rumble match, and earning himself a championship match at WrestleMania. It's exactly what we saw, as now Keith Lee being reversed with a knee to the gut, and the reversal on that snapmare now, as Keith Lee now fighting back against Aleister Black, has him trapped in the corner here. Gonna look for the Beal toss across the ring, just sending Aleister Black all the way across the ring to 330 pounds of Keith Lee. Perhaps too much for Aleister Black. Now Aleister Black gonna catch Keith Lee with a knee to the face, as Keith Lee looked to go to the top rope, which we often see him doing for that moonsault. Aleister Black now taunting Keith Lee on the outside, going for that slingshot Meteora to the outside, as we saw the apron Meteora earlier on in this contest. Now Aleister Black slingshotting himself over the ropes, and now just going to taunt Keith Lee from the inside once again, As Keith Lee now getting back up to his feet. Aleister Black going to rebound off the ropes for a somersault plancha to the outside. Dropping the Limitless One with a huge tope con el low. Onto the outside, taking out Keith Lee. And Aleister Black now looking to get Keith Lee back to the inside to earn himself a pinfall victory over Keith Lee. Would be quite the accolade here in Universe mode. As now Aleister Black going for that leaping mushroom stomp. Dropping Keith Lee with a huge diving double foot stomp from the standing position. And now looking for another diving double foot stomp now from the top rope. Looking to scurry over into the pin now once again off that diving foot stomp. But Keith Lee getting the shoulder up again at the count of 2 for a second time off of that maneuver. Now Keith Lee being lifted back up. Combination, the blackout combination from Aleister Black leveling Keith Lee now. As Aleister Black looking to go to the outside again for a tope atomico, driving that senton, driving the back across the chest of Keith Lee. And now Keith Lee gonna lift Aleister Black up into a powerbomb and send him crashing across the ring, almost colliding with the referee on that powerbomb opportunity. As Keith Lee now gonna ascend to the top rope, looking for that diving moonsault, but Aleister Black luckily able to evade that maneuver. Now lifting Keith Lee up and now kicking him straight in the face as he lifted Keith Lee into position for that head kick. And now Aleister Black with a kick to the gut. He's going to turn him over for the vertebreaker, the kudo driver that he has learned from Adrian Neville in their countless contests. Driving Keith Lee into the canvas with a huge vertebreaker, compressing the spine of Keith Lee and disorienting him for the time being. Able to connect now with that head kick, following it up. As Keith Lee now dazed following that vertebreaker, doing severe damage to the back. Now Keith Lee with the reversal, sending Aleister Black into the corner. Going to look to lift him up to the top rope, as he does successfully now. Looking to follow him up there is Keith Lee, as he has Aleister Black positioned on the top rope. But Aleister Black now with the shots to the gut is going to look to fight out of this, sending Keith Lee crashing down. That's a lot of weight to be crashing down. Now a diving double foot stomp again from Aleister Black. The third one we've seen in this contest, but not going for the pin quite yet. Aleister Black able to muscle up Keith Lee and drive him into the canvas with a huge brainbuster. Diving double foot stomp to follow it up. And the champ with an impressive showing here tonight, as he is looking to retain his championship over our game, Keith Lee. But it's going to take a lot to do so, because the Dutch Destroyer, despite having the advantage here, does not have the weight advantage. Driving that elbow across the back of Keith Lee. Now sending Keith Lee into the corner, sending him crashing into the buckle. Keith Lee now catching the leg and reversing it, and going to look for yet another Beal toss across the ring on Aleister Black, sending him halfway across the ring with a huge toss. Now catching him by the throat, going to look to military press him up, and now driving him into the canvas with that military press spine buster on Aleister Black. Keith Lee now with the ultimate splash onto Aleister Black, hooking the leg, looking to get the cover, but Aleister Black quickly assuring that he gets the shoulder up in order to break the pin. Keith Lee now scouting Aleister Black with a kick to the gut, going to look for that powerbomb once again. Might turn it into the last ride, Spirit Bomb, and he's looking to do so. The Spirit Bomb on Aleister Black, crashing him down from the heavens. Do we have a new Smackdown Live World Champion here? Aleister Black getting the shoulder up, and Keith Lee not able to put down the Dutch Destroyer quite yet in this contest. Despite Keith Lee's efforts with that Spirit Bomb, crashing Aleister Black down from that last ride powerbomb position. And now Keith Lee looking to go to the outside, springboarding in with a slingshot splash. A lot of weight coming down across Aleister Black, and now a second splash to follow it up, the ultimate splash. Driving Aleister Black, driving the body of Keith Lee onto Aleister Black, I should say. As now Keith Lee with the advantage here in this contest, going to look to deadlift Aleister Black again for that power bomb, driving Aleister Black onto the ground, and now looking for the cover, not quite the Spirit Bomb, and that's what allows Aleister Black to get his shoulder up with a quick kick out. Now Keith Lee trapping the arm, and those elbow strikes right across the chest of Aleister Black, as Keith Lee now going to look to ascend to the top rope and look for that patented moonsault that he hits, now connecting with a huge leaping moonsault from the top rope. Incredible rotation that Keith Lee got off of that onto Aleister Black. Now Aleister Black looking for the Black Mass kick. Ducking underneath and connecting with another one. No! Keith Lee evaded 2 Black Mass kicks there in quick succession. But Aleister Black still maintaining the advantage off of that exchange. Despite his inability to connect with that maneuver. As now Aleister Black slowly ascending to the top rope. Looking for those diving double knees onto the ground. But Keith Lee able to move out of the way and now lift Aleister Black back up, catching a knee to the gut as Aleister Black springing off the ropes, connecting with those feet across the face, and now just sitting down, completely composed here in this contest. And that's important for Aleister Black to be completely in control of his contest. Now rebounding Keith Lee off the ropes with another diving double stomp as Keith Lee was looking to counter that. Now a back elbow is countered by Keith Lee on a 110 Street Slam as he drops him with a huge spine buster. Does Keith Lee, and just staring holes in Aleister Black, prone on the ground as Keith Lee recovering a bit and questioning what he has to do to put away the Dutch Destroyer and earn himself the Smackdown Live World Championship. Now deadlift. This is how the match started off, with the deadlift gut wrench sending Aleister Black crashing onto the mat. This is how the match started off, and it might be how the match ends, as Keith Lee now looking for a second Spirit Bomb on Aleister Black, but Aleister Black with the strikes now fighting out of that Spirit Bomb as Keith Lee connecting with a Black Mass spinning kick on Keith Lee, looking for the cover, but Keith Lee, being underneath the bottom rope, is able to get the ropes and break the cover on that opportunity as Aleister Black now scouting Keith Lee to get back up to his feet. That Black Mass kick, I believe, would have had Keith Lee down for the count had it not been for the rope break. Aleister Black now lifting Keith Lee up for another brain buster, drilling Keith Lee into the canvas. And now Aleister Black going high risk with a corkscrew moonsault all the way from the top rope. Looking for the cover here on Keith Lee, but a late 2 count. The athleticism of Aleister Black to corkscrew with that huge corkscrew moonsault was impressive, as now Keith Lee fighting back in this contest, looking for the military press on Aleister Black, has got him up in the air. And he's got to look to military press Aleister Black right down. The strength of Keith Lee, as now he scouts him for yet another Spirit Bomb, potentially kick to the gut, but it's countered by Aleister Black, catching the foot, and now connecting with a Black Mass. That spinning heel kick across the face of Keith Lee, and now Aleister Black turning Keith Lee over into position right in the middle of the ring for a pinfall, but Aleister Black gonna put Keith Lee out of his misery, ensuring that he can't kick out with yet another Black Mass to the face of the Limitless One, Keith Lee, lifting him up with the toes of Aleister Black and connecting with a Black Mass spinning heel kick. And will that be enough for Aleister Black to retain the Smackdown Live World Championship? And it is, putting an end to the Limitless One here in this contest, and an impressive victory for the Dutch Destroyer, holding on to his championship for yet another day. It'll be interesting to see if Finn Balor gets a second chance at challenging for that Smackdown Live World Championship, or if Adrian Neville will rightfully earn his championship opportunity that was stripped away from him at SummerSlam time. We will see in our main event as Adrian Neville takes on Finn Balor in a no-holds-barred contest. But this match that we just saw here was an impressive showcase, not only from the Dutch Destroyer Aleister Black retaining his championship, but also the Limitless One, Keith Lee. Thank you for joining me for the second part of our Unforgiven pay-per-view, and we will see you back here tomorrow for part 3.